Welcome to the Royal Albert Hall, and for the first world title fights, I think I'm right in saying, since 1999 when Marco Antonio Barrera was in the building. It's a wonderful atmospheric venue, as anybody who's stuck their nose in there and seen it will undoubtedly agree. I think a lot of the fighters, the guys here, seeing it for the first time as well. And you look back over the history of the Albert Hall, there's been something like 700 professional boxing promotions here over the years, and some of you here will remember, I guess, back to the 1960s, 1970s. Muhammad Ali 3 times came here fighting exhibitions. I first came here and saw a world title fight, I think, Lloyd Hunnigan in 1987, but it is fantastic, Frank, to be able to say professional boxing back here at the Royal Albert Hall.
We're delighted to be here. Obviously, over the years, I've promoted a few title fights, as you mentioned, Barrera, Naz here. Some great fights, some great nights here. And even when I was a kid, I used to come and see my cousin Johnny Wall fight here back in the 60s. So I'm pleased. This is, you know, I'm not keeping probably an old cliche, but this is a posh York Hall atmosphere. There is not a bad seat in the house. You don't get no better than that. You look at it, it's just a fantastic venue to watch boxing at. And I promise you, on the night, especially with these guys with their very vociferous fans, we're going to get some great atmosphere here.
It's a who's who of people who've been involved here. I mean, Daniel sitting on my left. We've had Lennox Lewis here, we've had Frank Bruno here, Henry Cooper, Gary Mason, Muhammad Ali, as I said. The list goes on.
Yeah, Naz, Barrera, loads guys. Nigel Benn. I was looking at some of the old programs there on the table when we come in, and brought back some good memories. So that's the benchmark, and we've got to keep moving forward and get this. Is going to be the first one, and we're going to be doing this on a regular basis.
Well, we've got some excellent fights on the bill, and I think probably as good a place to start as any is with the fight between Archie Sharp and Lucas Ballingall, which is Archie coming on the back of a tremendous performance, beating Leon Woodstock in October, and he surprised a few people, Archie, but it was a tremendous performance.
I've got to be honest, he surprised me. He went to the other guy's backyard and he done an absolute job. Boxed really well, and you've got to take your hat off to him. There's nothing more difficult than going into someone's other home city in front of their fans and doing what he does. He's well supported himself, and he came away with a prize. And again, he's stepping up to the plate, fighting an undefeated fighter. So there's 2 undefeated fighters going in there, and I think this is going to be a cracking little fight. Lucas
undefeated in 11 from Portsmouth. Archie undefeated in 14. Before we hear from Archie, let's just hear from Lucas. Nicknamed Pretty Boy, is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Was that your
Tracy's descriptions will be after you for that.
So what's your thoughts on this fight?
It was a good fight. Like I said, 2 undefeated fighters. Well, first step up, fighting on TV for a big title. So I'm buzzing. I'm excited for it. These are the sort of fights I want to be in. So yeah.
You come from a fighting family, don't you? Your brother a professional as well?
Yeah, my brother's got WBO International Silver Flyweight Title, undefeated as well, and it's just my time to step up and get the titles as well. So yeah.
You must have watched him and studied him in his fight against Leon Woodstock. What did you think of his performance?
He boxed well. Yeah, he boxed very well. He won the fight quite easy, really, but I thought he would anyway, to be honest. When I saw that fight match, he completely outboxed him. But to be fair, I think Woodstock was limited, and Woodstock made him look better than he is. So.
Now, your last fight was on South Sea Pier.
That's
when
it,
you
yeah.
Step out and see that arena, it's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But these are the places I should be fighting at, I believe. And on the 8th of March, I'll prove that I belong.
Archie, talk us through, first of all, that fantastic win against Leon Woodstock. And if people didn't see it either live or on BT Sport, it was an absolutely outstanding performance. How did you see that night?
Thanks very much. Well, yeah, it was a great night. Like I say, there was a lot of people who underestimated me. I believed in my ability, and I went out there and done exactly what I said I'd do.
and you've got the belt in front of you, and you now, I guess you're probably feeling that people are starting to know your name after that.
Yeah, I do. I've found that people have started to recognise me now, and like I say, I'm stepping in the ring with another good fighter, comes from a good boxing family. So like I say, I've just got to make sure I'm in good shape on the 8th of March.
How much have you had a chance to see him, see what he's about?
I haven't seen much of Lucas, but like I say, I know he comes from a good boxing family. His dad's well respected in the boxing game. So yeah, it's going to be a great fight.
Frank, there's some terrific talent at this weight, at the super featherweight division in this country.
There is, there's some great fights to be made, and obviously the winner depends how a loser loses, you know, how they will win up in the mix, but there's some fantastic fights to be made. A lot of the guys in us, we make sure they happen.
Sam Byrne, the British champion, is going to be fighting at the end of February in Leicester. The winner of this one, presumably, would have them very much in their sights.
Absolutely, I'm sure they can.
Would that be one you'd fancy, Archie?
Like I say, yeah, 100%. But at the minute, I've got, like I say, I've got a good fight in front of me on the 8th of March, and I'm not overlooking any opponent. I've just got to do what I've got to do on the 8th. All the other fights come after.
Now we talk about people who've proved themselves, I guess. Let's talk a little bit about Johnny, who's down here, Johnny Garden, from Peckham, the Pexican, and the British welterweight champion after beating Gary Corcoran. Again, that was at Brentwood in October. And a stunning performance, wasn't it? Great fight.
Fantastic fight. Absolutely.
One of the fights of the year, I think it's fair to say. And you must feel as though you kind of pinch yourself, did I really do that? But you did.
Yeah, it still ain't really sunk in. As I said at the last press conference, I knew it was going to be a cracking fight against Gary. I knew I'd trained him into a war, which I did. And yeah, I come out on top, but what a fight it was. I enjoyed it.
It was a fantastic fight, and you know, I mean, you're always so self-effacing. You call yourself the lad from the estate, and you don't kid on to be anything that you're not. But that was just an amazing achievement. Can you believe that you actually have reached the level of British champion?
No, as I said from the start, I always thought I'd struggle to hit the southern area. Now I'm British champion, so as you say, I have to pinch myself, and I still can't believe it now.
What does it mean to you to have that belt and be able to say, yeah, I've done it?
Honestly, it still hasn't sunk in. But when people say you're British champion, automatically assume it's bred. But no, it ain't sunk in properly.
And you did it. I know Alan Smith, your trainer, was so proud of what you'd gone out there and achieved. Did you, when you started out as a pro, actually think I could get there, or has it just been one step?
No, honestly, it's just, at first I thought I'd try to get to 5-0, I got to that, and I thought I'd get to 10-0. So I got to 11-0 and I got beat. But then I thought I'll be trying to get the southern area, and it's just gone from there really. So yeah, just small steps and pays off, hard work.
And same question for you, Johnny. Just tell us what it means to you as a professional fighter, having done the small shows, now being here at the Albert Hall.
Well, the minute Al would give me the call and said you might be fighting the Albert, I couldn't believe it. You know, I've come from boxing at the Old Kent Road and the Coronet, so now the Royal Albert Hall, and it doesn't get much bigger than this.
No opponent yet, is there, Frank?
No, I think they're working on it today.
Well, no doubt there will be a proper test.
Yeah. Oh, of course it will be, but you know, he's not asking for any slouches. It's not like it.
No, I want to fight.
He does, so that's what he'll get. And it'll be a decent opponent.
Well, I think everybody who saw your win against Gary, full of admiration for what you did.
Thank you.
And all the best in your next fight, whatever it may be.
Cheers, thank you.
Now, moving on. Liam Williams against Joe Mullender. Liam, his performance, Frank, in beating Mark Heffron. A lot of people said that was a level fight, but you know, I mean, it's a boxing cliche, isn't it, talking about punch-perfect performances. But he wasn't too far off, was he?
It was textbook boxing. I mean, that's what it was. It was a fantastic display, and the game, which the other guys backed it up and done it. And style, you know, Mark, a lot of people really thought he was going to win the fight, but he just didn't get into it. And that the reason was because he was getting allowed to get into the fight. Fantastic job. Yeah,
defence of the British middleweight title this one. And Joe, as we know from his two fights against Lee Markin, he's a hard boy.
They ain't going to go looking for him, are they? I mean, he's there, he comes to fight, you know that. What you see is what you get, and that's what you're going to get on the night. He'll be there throwing his punches, and everything in him. You cut him in half, it says boxer. That's all he wants to do.
I couldn't have jabbed my mum, so I got to fight.
If you didn't quite hear that, he said he couldn't out-jab his mum, so he has to have a fight. What about this guy? Because you're not going to beat him technically.
Listen, Liam wants to move on to world class. He is a world class fighter in my view. I've got to fight him. I've got to draw him in. No one gives me a prayer anyway. I've got nothing to lose. Listen, I'm going to hunt him down. We're going to have a fight. Or he's going to run, and I'm going to still try and chase him and have a fight. He either irons me out, or we have a good fight. That's how it goes.
And you've obviously seen him fight a lot in the past.
He's leagues above me. Do you know what I mean? I wear slats and socks and drive a Fiesta. He's a superstar. We're going to have a fight. That's it.
Liam, you respect that kind of thing?
Definitely. As you've said a couple of times, you get what I said from Tim really. He comes to a good fight every single time, never backs down to anyone, so I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I think it's going to be exciting.
How much different does it feel to you fighting at middleweight?
A fight's a fight, it's only 6 pounds anyway, but fighting at middleweight, it allows me to figure out my training a little bit more, and I'm not so angry and cutting weight, and it just makes life easier, and it's nice fighting a little bit, but to be honest, after this fight I'll probably go back down.
Really?
Yeah.
You think your long-term future's at super welter?
Well, I say long-term, but at least I've got another couple of big fights. There's some good champions there, some good fights to be made for me. Maybe I will stay at middleweight, but it just depends what's offered. I know Dom wants me to fight at light middle, so he's the boss, so I'll go with what he says,
And I know you've spoken about this before, but you're obviously loving being part of the Winkerbank gym, part of the Ingle scenario.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm just enjoying. I'm like a child again. I'm learning and wanting to learn again. So previously, for the last year, 18 months, I weren't about that. I didn't really want to learn anymore. I was just going to the gym and getting my hour done, and off I go, forget about it. But now I'm excited to go to the gym and learn different things, and I just want to keep bettering myself every day now. So I think you're only going to keep seeing me get better now.
I gave huge praise to your performance against Mark Heffron. I mean, how pleased were you with what you delivered on that December 22 bill?
I was very pleased. I needed to prove a point because I obviously had them 2 losses the year before, so I've been in 2 nothing fights really, small bills, and I thought, I need to put on a good performance here to shoot myself back at the ladder and make people take note again. So, I had that angle over me, I needed to perform, but I told a lot of people beforehand that I knew what I was going to do to him, and they were looking at me, they were thinking, this guy's full of shit, but I knew I was going to do it. All jokes aside, I knew, and so it wasn't as much of a shock to me as what it was for most of the people watching.
Do you think that was a career best performance that you produced?
Yeah.
So you're coming into this one ready for Joe in perhaps the form of your life?
Yeah, I'm coming into this one in very good form, of a good performance, so I think that's only going to get better. Now I'm up training with Dom Ingle, and as I said, I'm just learning. I'm learning still every day. I'm just picking up new things, and I feel I want to get better. I'm still 26, so I'm probably my best years now.
I guess one of the problems here is to actually give this guy proper respect and to realise that he is a real threat.
Yeah, to be totally honest, I've had a lot of people come up to me, like just general people in the street or whatever, saying, "Who's this guy fighting? You're going to smash him to bits." His record ain't great, blah blah blah. But I've said to a number of people, if that's because you don't know boxing. If you know boxing,
you know, Joe Mulder's going to come and give anyone a tough fight. And that's the top and bottom really. I respect Joe and I know he's going to come to fight. So I'm training just as hard as I am for the last one, if not harder, because he's going to bring it.
Anything to say to him since he's here on the same table, what he can expect?
Nope.
Vice versa?
He's just trying to cause a stir, John. It's normally dead.
All I am is an agent provocateur, just try and get people to say this.
Listen, if the punch made him, I've got to try and get him. That's it.
Okay, well, we look forward to that one. And I think you know from what they're saying that it's going to be a real fight. Now, Daniel Dubois going to be fighting against big Razvan Cojanu, Frank, the fellow who went the distance with Gorman in his last fight, Nathan Gorman.
And previous to that,
Fought
fought for the world title in
Indeed.
distance with Parker.
Yeah.
So it's again, it's for, for Daniel coming up to his 10th fight. It's I think one of those guys that he needs to be fighting. It's one of those fellas who we'll see how far he's got in the last since his last fight. Unfortunately, he didn't get he's fighting before Christmas because he had flu, so that's a bit of a pain. But this is a good test for him. Very good test. Fella's very well experienced. He's tough. He's big. And I think that Daniel's got to be his best to beat him.
It's in his 10th professional fight now, and you've been promoting him from word go. How happy are you with where Daniel stands now?
I'm very happy with him. He's done everything that's been asked of him. He had his previous fight against Kevin Johnson was I think a bit of a tough, what I mean by a tough fight, a really awkward opponent who didn't come to the fight, and made him think about it. Everybody you hit's not going to go over. Sometimes you've got to chip away at that ball and before it falls. And I think that was a great fight for him. And I think this one will be a good fight, a good opponent for him to learn from as well. If he stops him, he'll do something that the former world champion couldn't do in Parker.
Well, let's hear from Daniel. What do you make of Cojanu as an opponent, Daniel?
Yeah, he's big, he's tall. And I've got to be at my best to beat him. I've got to hunt him down, I've got to cut him down and move him. He's an obstacle in my way and I've got to move through him.
What did you think of his performance against Nathan Gorman?
Not too much to say really. Stars make fights and they both, Gorman's not an explosive sort of puncher, so it went the distance as I thought it would go, and he came out with a W.
How frustrating was it, your last fight against Kevin Johnson, who, he knows how to survive, doesn't he? He takes the shot and he's difficult to hit. Yeah, absolutely. Difficult to hit clean.
Well, he made me have to go away and think about it, and I had to watch the tape over and examine myself and examine the way I fought, and just see all the mistakes things I could have done, mistakes I've made. And yeah, it was just a good learning fight and a fight that I needed and a fight that I'm definitely improved on.
I think if you look at any heavyweight coming through the ranks, Frank, you can look at some of the names that we've mentioned here, people who fought in the Albert Hall. But you look at some of the greats, people like Tyson. They had fighters in their learning period. They weren't necessarily blasting aside.
No, that's true. Look, yourself, punches knock somebody over, that leaves a lot of question marks. What happens when they get hit on the chin? What happens can they do 10 rounds? Can they do 12 rounds? And their questions as a promoter and and obviously his trainer and Daniel himself want to know what it's like going the distance. But he's been the distance with a tricky opponent who I know that he'll learn from that. I'm sure by watching back at that fight, there are a lot of things to learn from what he was doing there. This is another opponent like that. And these are the type of opponents that get in the rounds, for me, under your belt, they're in the bank. It's where you learn. This is how you learn your craft. Keep banging people over. At the end of the day, I don't care who the heavyweights are, very rarely do you get a heavyweight who knocks everybody out, or any fighter his whole career. There are guys, suddenly they don't knock them out, then what's plan B? And it's important that fighters learn, certainly at this level of their careers, where, you know, what's the next move? What do we do if I don't like the guy? How do I box him? And that's what it's all about.
And you've already seen the fact against Parker and against Nathan Gorman just how tough this fella is. It's not going to be an easy job to get to.
No, he'll stay in there and he'll mess you about and he'll find a way to survive. And that's what I need, and I've got to find a way to take him out there if I can.
If he clips him, he'll go. I'm really convinced that if he clips him, he'll go. So it's about going out there, not looking for the big punch, going out boxing and breaking him down. And
Just doing what I do best, and that's boxing, you know.
Exactly.
What did it feel like going down there into the arena and being on that stage down there, exactly where the ring is going to be on March the 8th and going through your paces? I mean, it's a pretty special place, isn't it?
It's a very, very historical venue, and when I first heard about it, I thought of iconic venues like your hall, and you know, it's the same. It's very historic. I've seen many good fighters fighting there, so I'm glad to be a part of it.
I mentioned some of the names who fought here in the past, you know, some of the heavyweight greats. How proud are you to be following in their footsteps?
Very, I'm very proud of it. Can't wait. I can't wait to get there. I'm on edge. I want to go now, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm fine.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to seeing you, Daniel. And Nicola Adams going to be fighting for the world title, Frank. It's here at last. It's actually not been too long, has it? It's only her 6th professional fight. Going to be fighting Arely Mucino of Mexico for the WBO Flyweight Title. And well, here it is, Frank, a world title fight and a fantastic opportunity for Nicola.
Well, she's obviously she's broken lots of records, double gold medalist. First world title fight involving women to be at the Albert Hall. She's fighting somebody who's obviously the world champion, she's had 32 fights, nearly 6 times the amount of fights that Nicola's had. It's not going to be an easy fight for her, that's for sure. But she's a winner. She's got a winning mentality, and I'm quite convinced, and I'm quite convinced she's going to come away with a belt tonight. This is history making.
Yeah, there's going to be something special about the fact that this is going to be here at the Albert Hall. I mean, it's going to be etched in indelibly.
It is, and as I say, you know, those programs, all those great fighters that are on the front and over at that desk there, she'll be joining them. She'll be joining them if she wins the world title, which I do believe she'll do. This is, you know, a big moment for British sport. We've got our first British champion. And what I mean by that, I'm not knocking a Jane Couch and some of the other ladies, so I don't want to come in knocking on my door and knocking me out. But you know, this is the first time that a woman boxer has fought for a bona fide world champion from this country. It's the WBO title. I believe it's the first time, so a bit of history.
Mucino won the title in February last year. This is going to be her 2nd defence of the title that she won last February. So here it is then, Nicola. Here at the Albert Hall, the world title beckoning. How do you feel with that coming up?
Oh, absolutely over the moon. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get going. I'm determined. I'm training hard. I mean, this is the reason why I turned professional. I've achieved everything there is to achieve as an amateur, and I wanted to go on and get the world title as a professional boxer, just like my hero, Muhammad Ali. And to think that he's boxed in the same arena that I'm going to be boxing in is, you know, it's unbelievable for me. And to come away with a world belt and to be able to call myself a world champion as a pro, I think that's every boxer's dream, you know. So I just can't wait to get in there and to be able to perform and to prove to people that I belong at world level.
I know you've been doing a fair amount of publicity interviews, and you've stepped out into the Albert Hall. Just put into words when you first went through the door and saw that amazing arena. What did you think?
Oh, unreal. I'm just thinking about the noise of the crowd. It's so tight and packed in. And you know, it's quite fitting that my nickname is the Lioness, because she's going to get a lion's den welcome when she comes in into the crowd and into the ring against me. I never take things half-heartedly. I always treat every opponent the same. I'll be giving 110% when I get in that ring. If I can, I'll be going for the knockout. I want to make a big statement.
And all the millions who watched you as an amateur getting those Olympic gold medals and who followed your career so far, I guess you'll be hoping that they're going to be there in numbers, because that's going to count for you on the night, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm hoping all the fans are going to come out and support me and all the other boxers as well. You know, it's going to be an exciting night of boxing, and you know, even if they can't make it out, just watch it at home as well. It's going to be live on BT. It's going to be a fantastic night of boxing, and like I said, I just can't wait to get out there and get going. I'm training with Dominic Ingle now, learning new things all the time, like Liam as well, and it's just good. It's fun. It's a fun place to be, and that's what it's all about. My amateur coach always used to tell me it's all about having fun with boxing. You know, you can't take life too seriously, and this is what we do as a living. So you have to enjoy what you do, and I enjoy what I do. I'm passionate about what I do, and I love learning new things. So I'm in the right place, and hey, this is where it's going to happen. 8th of March, I'm ready.
Tell people who've not seen her what we can expect from Arely Mucino. What sort of a fighter is she? Because I'm sure you've studied her. What are you going to be up against?
She's a come-forward fighter, typical Mexican style. You know, she'll take 5 to land 1. I'm hoping this is how she does come in, because she won't be wanting to take 5 of my punches just to land 1. Let me tell you that right now. She's going to be game. Up for anything, I'm sure. She's the champion, so she won't want to leave a belt in the UK. But I'm telling you now, that belt's staying here with me. She may as well just drop it off now, as far as I'm concerned. No point even getting in the race.
Now, if you have that champion's belt, or as you've got to believe, when you have that champion's belt, can you put into words what it's going to be? What's it's going to mean to you to be a world champion?
Oh, it's going to mean everything to me. It's going to be right up there with my 2 Olympic medals, to be able to, like I said, do that here in Royal Albert Hall. And if I'm correct, it's International Women's Day as well. Hey, winning.
I didn't know that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I probably should have known that.
That's why we booked that day.
So, yeah, good plan, Frank. Well done.
Yeah.
That's called thinking on your feet. Let's just before we finish, Nicola, just develop that one about how important to you it is to be. I guess a lot of people would see you an icon, a flag bearer for women's sport in a sport which is traditionally not a women's sport. I mean, how important is it to be seen, to be high profile, and to be seen to be a success?
Oh, it's really important for me. I love inspiring the next generation to get involved in boxing and in sport in general. Just seeing the little kids, you know, coming up to you in the gym like, oh wow, I saw you win a gold medal, I saw your last professional fight, and you know, now I've taken up boxing. I mean, one girl came up to me and she said, after she was only 5 years old and she'd been doing ballet for the past 3 years, and after seeing me win, she started doing boxing. So you know, it's unbelievable what you can do and what you can achieve. And I only came from a working class family, you know, single parent, and I just had to work hard. You know, my mum always told me, if you work hard, you stay dedicated and focused, you really can achieve anything. And I took all that advice from her and went on and achieved great things.
Well, certainly the scene is very much set, Frank. It's going to be special for you as a promoter to be seeing Nicola out there fighting for a world title, I imagine.
Yeah, I am. I mean, as you know, everybody knows how I used to talk about women's boxing years ago. I wasn't a great fan of it, but she's absolutely converted me, and you can't listen to it. You know, how can you not be pleased to be involved? It's brilliant, and the fact it's International Women's Day makes it even better.
Yeah.
let's throw it open to the floor for a minute or two and see if there's any questions you'd like to give to any of the guys up here. Take it away from here. Part of the Winkerbank gym, part of the Ingle scenario.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm just enjoying. I'm like a child again. I'm learning and wanting to learn again. So previously, for the last year, 18 months, I weren't about that. I didn't really want to learn anymore. I was just going to the gym and getting an hour done and off I go, forget about it. But now I'm excited to go to the gym and learn different things, and I just want to keep bettering myself every day now. So I think you're only going to keep seeing me get better now.
I gave huge praise to your performance against Mark Heffron. I mean, how pleased were you with what you delivered on that December 22 bill?
I was very pleased. I needed to prove a point because I obviously had them 2 losses the year before, so I've been in 2 nothing fights really, small bills, and I thought, I need to put on a good performance here to, to shoot myself back at the ladder and make people take note again. So, I had that angle on me, I needed to perform, but I told a lot of people beforehand that I knew what I was going to do to him, and they would look at me, they were thinking, this guy's full of shit, but I knew what I was going to do. All jokes aside, I knew, and so it wasn't as much of a shock to me as what it was for most of the people watching.
Do you think that was a career best performance that you produced?
Yeah.
So you're coming into this one ready for Joe in perhaps the form of your life?
Yeah, I'm coming into this one in very good form, of a good performance, so I think that's only going to get better. Now I'm training with Dom Ingle, and as I said, I'm just learning. I'm learning still every day, and just picking up new things, and I feel I'm only getting better. I'm still 26, so I'm probably my best years now.
I guess one of the problems here is to actually give this guy proper respect and to realise that he is a real threat.
Yeah, to be totally honest with you, a lot of people come up to me, like just general people in the street or whatever, saying, who's this guy fighting? You're going to smash him to bits. His record ain't great, blah, 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 but I've said to a number of people, if that's because you don't know boxing. If you know boxing, Joe Mulder's going to come and give anyone a tough fight. And that's the top and bottom there, really. I respect Joe, and I know he's going to come to fight. So I'm training just as hard as I am for the last one, if not harder, because he's going to bring it.
Anything to say to him since he's here on the same table? What he can expect?
Nope.
Vice versa?
He's just trying to cause a stir, John. It's normally dead.
All I am is an agent provocateur, just try and get people to say.
Listen, if the punch made him, I've got to try and get him. That's it.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to that one. And I think you know from what they're saying that it's going to be a real fight. Now, Daniel Dubois going to be fighting against big Razvan Cojanu, Frank, the fellow who went the distance with Gorman in his last fight, Nathan Gorman.
And previous to that,
Fought
fought for the world title, went
Indeed.
the distance with Parker.
Yeah.
So it's again, it's for Daniel coming up to his 10th fight. It's I think one of those guys that he needs to be fighting. It's one of those fellas who we'll see how far he's got in the last since his last fight. Unfortunately, he's fighting before Christmas because he had flu, so that's a bit of a pain. But this is a good test for him. Very good test. Fella's very well experienced. He's tough. He's big. And I think that Daniel's got to be his best to beat him.
It's in his 10th professional fight now, and you've been promoting him from word go. How happy are you with where Daniel stands now?
I'm very happy with him. He's done everything that's been asked of him. He had his previous fight against Kevin Johnson was I think a bit of a tough, what I mean by a tough fight, a really awkward opponent who didn't come to fight, and made him think about it. Everybody you hit's not going to go over. Sometimes you've got to chip away at that ball and before it falls. And I think that was a great fight for him. And I think this one will be a good fight, a good opponent for him to learn from as well. If he stops him, he'll do something that the former world champion couldn't do in Parker.
Well, let's hear from Daniel. What do you make of Cojanu as an opponent, Daniel?
Yeah, he's big, he's tall, and I've got to be at my best to beat him. I've got to hunt him down, I've got to cut him down, and moving. He's an obstacle in my way, and I've got to move through him.
What did you think of his performance against Nathan Gorman?
Not too much to say really. Stars make fights, and they both, Gorman's not an explosive sort of puncher, so it went the distance as I thought it would go, and he came out with a W.
How frustrating was it, your last fight against Kevin Johnson, who, he knows how to survive, doesn't he? He takes the shot and he's difficult to hit. Yeah, absolutely. Difficult to hit clean.
Well, he made me have to go away and think about it, and I had to watch the tape over and then examine myself and examine the way I fought, and see all the mistakes things I could have done, mistakes I've made. And yeah, it was just a good learning fight, and a fight that I needed, and a fight that I'm definitely improved on.
I think if you look at any heavyweight coming through the ranks, Frank, you can look at some of the names that we've mentioned here, people who fought in the Albert Hall. But you look at some of the greats, people like Tyson. They had fighters in their learning period who they weren't necessarily blasting aside.
No, that's true. Look, you know yourself, punching knock somebody over, it leaves a lot of question marks. What happens when they get hit on the chin? What happens can they do 10 rounds? Can they do 12 rounds? And their questions are, as a promoter and and obviously his trainer and Daniel himself want to know what it's like going the distance. But he's been the distance with a tricky opponent who I know that he'll learn from that. I'm sure by watching back at that fight, there are a lot of things to learn from what he was doing there. This is another opponent like that. And these are the type of opponents that get in the rounds, for me, under your belt, they're in the bank. It's where you learn. This is how you learn your craft. Keep banging people over. At the end of the day, I don't care who the heavyweights are, very rarely do you get a heavyweight who knocks everybody out, or any fighter his whole career. There are guys, suddenly they don't knock them out, then what's plan B? And it's important that fighters learn, certainly at this level of their careers, where, what's the next move? What do we do if I don't knock the guy out? How do I box him? And that's what it's all about.
And you've already seen the fact against Parker and against Nathan Gorman just how tough this fella is. It's not going to be an easy job to get to him.
No, he'll stay in there, and he'll mess you about, and he'll find a way to survive. And that's what I need, and I've got to find a way to take him out there.
If he clips him, he'll go. I'm really convinced that if he clips him, he'll go. So it's about going out there, not looking for the big punch, going out boxing and breaking him down. And
just doing what I do best, and that's boxing.
Exactly.
What did it feel like going down there into the arena and being on that stage down there, exactly where the ring is going to be on March the 8th, and going through your paces? It's a pretty special place, isn't it?
It's a very, very historical venue, and when I first heard about it, I thought of iconic venues like your hall, and it's the same. It's very historic. I've seen many good fighters fighting there, so I'm glad to be a part of it.
I mentioned some of the names who fought here in the past, some of the heavyweight greats. How proud are you to be following in their footsteps?
Very, very. I'm very proud of it. I can't wait. I can't wait to get there. I'm on edge. I want to go now, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm fine.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you, Daniel. And Nicola Adams going to be fighting for the world title, Frank. It's here at last. It's actually not been too long, has it? It's only her 6th professional fight. Going to be fighting Arely Mucino of Mexico for the WBO Flyweight Title. And well, here it is, Frank, a world title fight and a fantastic opportunity for Nicola.
Well, she's obviously she's broken lots of records, double gold medals. First world title fight involving women to be at the Albert Hall. She's fighting somebody who's obviously the world champion, who's had she's had 32 fights, nearly 6 times
Yeah.
the amount of fights that Nicola's had. It's, you know, it's not going to be an easy fight for her, that's for sure. But she's a winner. She's got a winning mentality, and I'm quite convinced, and I hope, I'm quite convinced she's going to come away with a belt tonight. This is history making.
Yeah, there's going to be something special about the fact that this is going to be here at the Albert Hall. I mean, it's going to be etched in indelibly.
It is, and as I say, you know, those programs, all those great fighters that are on the front and over at that desk there, she'll be joining them. She'll be joining them, and if she wins the world title, which I hopefully do believe she'll do. This is, you know, the big moment for British sport. We've got our first British champion. And what I mean by that, I'm not knocking a Jane Couch and some of the other ladies. So I don't want to come in knocking on my door and knocking me out. But, you know, this is the first time that a woman boxer has fought for a bona fide world champion from this country. It's the WBO title. I believe it's the first time, so a bit of history.
Mucino won the title in February last year. This is going to be her second defence of the title that she won last February. So here it is then, Nicola. Here at the Albert Hall, the world title beckoning. How do you feel with that coming up?
Oh, absolutely over the moon. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get going. I'm determined. I'm training hard. I mean, this is the reason why I turned professional. I've achieved everything there is to achieve as an amateur, and I wanted to go on and get the world title as a professional boxer, just like my hero, Muhammad Ali. And to think that he's boxed in the same arena that I'm going to be boxing in is, you know, it's unbelievable for me. And to come away with a world belt and to be able to call myself a world champion as a pro, I think that's every boxer's dream, you know. So I just can't wait to get in there and to be able to perform and to prove to people that I belong at world level.
I know you've been doing a fair amount of publicity interviews, and you've stepped out into the Albert Hall. Just put into words when you first went through the door and saw that.